Today's story is called Apples, Apples, Apples. One blue sky day in early autumn, another word for fall, Dad asked, "Who wants to go apple picking?" Me, yelled Mina. Me, shouted Pip. Me too, said Mom. Let's go apple picking. They walked down the road to Long Hill Orchard. "Glad to see you," said Mr. Miller. "Here are some bags to put your apples in. What kind of apples do you want to pick?" "I want apples for pie." "I want apples for crafts," said Mom. "Yum," said Pip. "I'm going to pick apples for my snack at school." Mina whispered, "I want apples for a surprise." "Come look at this chart," said Mr. Miller. "It shows the kinds of apples we grow at our orchard." There are all different kinds of apples. "I can't wait to see the apple tree," said Mina. "Climb aboard," said Mr. Miller. They all climbed onto the farm wagon. Mr. Miller started up the tractor. "Hold on," he said. "It's a bumpy, bumpy ride." The sky was blue, the air smelled crisp and clean. It was a great day for picking apples. When they got to the orchard, there were apples everywhere. Pip tugged on an apple. The limb shook and lots of apples fell to the ground. Uh-oh. "Try lifting and twisting the apple," said Mina. "Then pull on it gentle. I read that in my apple book." "Look, Mina," said Pip. "Lift, twist, pluck. I can do it." They all picked and picked and picked. Mr. Miller used a special tool for picking the apples that were hard to reach. He let Mina and Pip have a turn too. Then Mr. Miller picked up an apple from the ground. He cut it in half. "It looks like a star inside," said Pip. Mina said, "I think it looks like a flower." "It looks like both a star and a flower," said Mr. Miller. You can see it right in this picture. Apples are a member of a flower family called the rose family. They counted the seeds. There can be as many as 10 seeds inside an apple. How many seeds do you see? Let's try and count the seeds together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mr. Miller cut another apple in half a different way. Look at all the parts an apple has. You can see that an apple has a stem, skin, core, and flesh. Do you know that seeds are also called pips? Mina pointed at Pip and they both giggled. "Mr. Miller, do you grow trees from seeds?" "Well, apple trees can be grown from seeds." He took pictures from his pocket to show them. "Or they can be grown the way we grow them here. We take a branch with buds and put it together with the rootstock." He showed them how. Mina and Pip looked at the tiny seeds. "I'll be Johnny Appleseed," said Mina. "I read about him. He planted lots and lots and lots of seeds across America." They grew into apple orchards everywhere. "Look, I'm Johnny Appleseed." When their bags were filled to the top, they rode back down the hill. "Hold on," said Mom. "It's a bumpy, bumpy ride." Mina laughed. "Hold on to your apples. They don't want to lose their apples." Mr. Miller weighed the bags of fruit so that he would know how much to charge them. Apple picking is fun, said Mina. So is apple eating, said Dad. When they got home, they had an apple snack. The apples tasted sweet and juicy. Mina looked through her book. Here it is, she said. Here's the surprise recipe I want to try. I wonder what she wants to try. Time to make Mina's surprise recipe, said Dad. Pip washed the apples. Mina and Mom used a special tool to peel them. Dad sliced and diced them. They're doing a good job using teamwork and working together. Let's see what they made. First, they washed 6 apples. Then, they peeled the apples. Then, with an adult, they sliced and diced the apples and put them in a pot with 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Then, they added a 1/4 cup of apple cider. An adult used a stove and boiled it and shook in some cinnamon. They cooked it for 20 minutes. And let's remember, they did this with a grown-up. They put the apples, the maple syrup, the cider, and the cinnamon in a big blue pot. It smelled delicious. Do you think apples smell delicious? When it was ready, Mina spooned it into bowls. Who wants some, she asked. Me, said Pip. Me, said Mom. Me too, said Dad. They all said, yum, applesauce. Mina read more about apples. She learned how to make apple prints, an easy way to make apple prints is to simply cut an apple in half. You can dip it in paint and then use it as a stamp on paper. She read about apple sayings. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. She also learned an apple song from the book. The end.